You are listening to the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And now, LuchaCentral.com presents Masks, Mats, and Mayhem.
I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to another edition of Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. I am your host, Justin Outlaw Harvey. That over there is at Byron Fever, and we are live again.
Live.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
Oops.
Dose. We've done this as many times as they've done Triplemania this year.
Yeah, but we might lap them. I don't know. It's going to be a tough race to win.
It's going to be a tough race to win. Now, so I hear they're doing 3 of these fucking things now. Triplemania. Okay, so here's what Conan said about why there's 3 Triplemanias. Because the brand name attracts more viewers. Attracts more people. So they're doing one. They did the main one already, basically. Now, this one I think this one's in Tijuana. And then they're doing a 3rd one, I believe, this year now, too, which is crazy. So it'd be like if you have WrestleMania, then WrestleMania Backlash, then WrestleMania Backlash, WrestleMania, WrestleMania in a Cell in a Mania.
Summer WrestleMania, Royal Rumble WrestleMania.
I mean, I get it. It's like they're trying to create a premium event space where people know that, like, hey, we're putting something behind this one. But are they? There's like 5. I'm sure the show's going to have more stuff than this, but you've got the Roulette of Death match with Blue Demon and Pentagon Jr. Because, of course, it's Triple A, so it's his...
They're still fighting?
It's...
Blue Demon's going over.
Oh,
just
man.
like he did like 15 years ago.
Let's not talk about where exactly Pentagon's going to get a win this year, because I don't know the answer to that. Let's see. Then you've got the other. Well, okay, so that's
this weekend.
The Roulette of Death thing is 2 semifinal matches, which is Blue Demon versus Pentagon Jr. and then Viano versus Psycho Clown. And then I don't know if that the finale to that is also at this event. I would hope so, because there's not a ton on here.
You're going to use Triplemania to promote their next spot show.
Right, which would make no sense. So I'm assuming if there's 2 semifinal matches that are listed on the card, that you're going to get the final 2. Then you've got this mask versus mask 8-way elimination cage match, which Conan seems super excited about. Like, he knows something about this. He seems really excited. You got Lady Shani, Chick Tormenta, Maravilla, the Hydra, Flamer, Reina Dorado, and Sexy Star, and a question mark person. I don't know who the last person is in there. I think Conan's actually already said, but I haven't heard it. Which
Sexy Star is that? Do they still have the fake one?
I don't know. Does it matter? Maybe that's who they unmask, and so somehow the loser of this mask versus mask 8-way elimination cage. I don't know how they determine who's going to lose their mask here. It comes down to 2 people, and then who's ever left out of the 2 people, one of them loses their mask. Then you want to go out first, or maybe it comes down to an elimination. I don't know. I don't know the rules of these things, but for some reason, Conan seems really excited about whatever he's booked here. It seems like that one's his baby because he's been hyping it up.
Nice. I'll go to Lucha Blog to find the rules.
I mean, dude, is there a point? They may even change right before the match. Who knows? I'm still curious, though. I'm curious. And then you've got this. This is the match right here. 5-way match with Laredo Kid, Taurus, Rey Fenix, Bandito, and El Hijo Vikingo.
For the belt?
I think there's multiple belts on the line in that match, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm so confused. I haven't watched AAA, to be honest, in probably a couple of months. So I don't know where everything stands. But, they've got weird issues going on with, like, FTR still has their tag belts, right? They're not coming. And then you've got this dandy of a match that we'll talk about in a minute, where you've got Dragon Lee and Jalistico versus the Hardys, which that's not gonna happen. I don't believe you. I don't think you're allowed to leave the country when you're out on bail. Are you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if AAA is in the business of suspending wrestlers when they do something bad. But I don't know. I mean, Matt is definitely going to. He should keep his payday. They should just find a partner for him.
You'd like to believe that's the case, but I don't know that it is. And there's some weird reasons behind that too. And we'll talk about Jeff Hardy in a minute. But
yeah,
while we're on AAA, let's talk about. So look, it looks like an interesting card. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You know,
this Saturday.
Yeah, that's Saturday. So when's the Republic of Lucha?
Right?
When's the Republic of Lucha show?
Republic of Lucha, Midsommar. I don't know fucking why they named it after that movie.
They like that movie, I bet.
I like it. I want to go see a Lucha movie over there. Their thing is going to be this Sunday, the 19th.
So it's the day after Triplemania?
Day after Triplemania. Loaded show.
What's that card? Do you have that card?
Well, obviously, I don't have it pulled up right now to read off of, obviously.
So I have to find it? Oh, my God. I'll find it. You talk about it, I'll find it.
I'm mixing M&Ms right now.
Just know my boy Slice Boogie is on it.
So you have Slice Boogie. I mean, you have a tag match, Slice Boogie. I think Little Cholo. It's going to be a lot of fun. You have another mixed tag, Thunder Rosa and Anakin versus Sky Blue. And don't get mad at me, but I think it's like Black Danger.
You just got do you have the card in front of you? Yeah. So you got
you have Dante Martin against
Zocre,
Bandito,
Little Cholo, and Danny Limelight versus the Santo Brothers team, which has Slice Boogie and two unannounced people. But dude, I'm telling you guys, Slice Boogie is money. Like there's never been a time where I haven't loved that dude. He's been doing a lot in MLW too, and he's got great stuff going on. Then you got Jacob Fatu versus Ares, which is my brain can't even figure that out. Like, they're both phenomenal, and they're both just as far apart stylistically as you could possibly get. And somebody was just like, yeah, let's put them together. So that's either, I mean, I hope it isn't just Jacob grounding out Ares. I mean, I would like to see some flying and some Lucha Libre in there, but who knows?
Throw him into the clouds and then catch him for a Samoan drop.
And then you got Thunder Rosa, who we're definitely going to talk about tonight, because poor Thunder Rosa just can't seem to fucking get through a week without some drama right now somehow. Thunder Rosa and Anakin Rosa, who is her husband's son and basically her stepson, versus Sky Blue and Black Danger. That should be pretty awesome. And she's getting a tag with her boy. That's freaking sweet.
I have a question. You got
Dante Martin versus Bandito. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
They need to put that on the Triplemania card?
That's
like, how is that on the freaking parking lot show for Republic of Lucha?
You got to tell Carlos to book Sky Blue.
Maybe. Look, and then you got Lucha Bros versus Johnny Caballero and Daga. You know what's going to happen when Phoenix and Daga square? First of all, you know what's going to happen when Penta and Daga square up. There's going to be some chest slapping. You're going to get the whole taking off the glove thing, the shush in the crowd, and those dudes are going to have hamburger chest the next day for sure. But then when Phoenix and Daga square up, shit. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about the show just because Byron and I were looking at the card earlier tonight, and poor Byron is conflicted because he's got like 40 things to be at. What are you do? What you're going to do? Circle 6, or you're going to do Republic of Lucha? You don't know yet.
I wanted to go to Republic of Lucha, and I looked at my calendar, realized I already have tickets to Circle 6. You want to see Kevin Cross, Vinny Massaro?
Oh God,
at that show, a lot of blood and guts. I'll be front row.
So, like, basically, what you're saying is the whole gang is in LA this weekend.
Oh yeah, New Japan.
All our peeps are somewhere.
A lot of big shows. If you're in LA this weekend, go see a wrestling show.
Like,
Also,
dude, if you're not going to if you're in LA this weekend and you're not going to a wrestling show, we're mad at you because you're not supporting one of our homies.
now, our buddy right here, Orlando Castellar. I can't pronounce. I apologize.
Castellar?
Castellar, or it's a double L's. I don't know.
Castellar?
It's a small picture. How's that? Anyway, so it brings up a great point. Republic of Lucha, their card is so loaded. You're like, why is this? Why are all these people in a parking lot taking bumps? The pay-per-view will be on Fight TV, delayed. But you could pre-order it. Go to Republic of Lucha's website, social media, pre-order, so you can see. I mean, pick one match. One match is worth the price of admission on that one. Also, Mass Republic, Lucha Expo, huge success. It was super cool. I wasn't there, but it was awesome. And Hokey made a
bro. I am looking at Hokey's freaking GIF
highlight reel.
Wow. I mean, that's what I was doing before when you were taking forever to get ready for the show.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going through the Hokey GIF machine. Like, if you don't follow Hokey, JOCAY 19 on Instagram, you're an idiot.
And Twitter.
Always fire GIFs. And then like his stuff from I mean, I'm just he's got all sorts of great GIFs that are up right now from the Expo Lucha. And
all of the coolest shit.
The pay-per-view was dope too, which you can still get on Fight TV.
Yeah, get the Expo Lucha pay-per-view, but all the coolest shit that you don't see on TV yet, but you will. Hokey is gifting it and doing all like the multimedia, mixed media stuff.
See, he says you said it right the first time.
Yeah. Why'd you doubt me?
You doubted yourself, bro.
It's not how I remember it.
You made me read all the names off the AAA card from Triplemania.
Yeah, I got uncomfortable when you did that.
Triplemania 2.
Some of those names.
I'm sure I butchered something, but what? Tell me, come on. Is this 3 Triplemania thing a year ridiculous? How do we feel about that?
I have a hard.
Are we angry?
I'm confused. I have no bearing because usually Triplemania is once a year, right? And people start talking about it. Lucha Blogs, Twitter starts posting,
and it's always worth something. Whether it's the spectacle of Vamp jumping up out of his chair at times he's not supposed to, which Conan seems to get more and more mad about every day now after the fact. I think it's bothering Conan more now. Like they totally squashed their beef. Like when we interviewed both of them, they both seemed, pretty chill with each other. But now I feel like their animosity for each other is growing again. And a lot of it
don't they have that match? Loser leaves town.
Are they ever doing that? I thought that after Conan got COVID, that was pretty much his return to the ring was permanently canceled for all time.
No, but when Triplemania was once a year, used to be a thing, and like we all used to watch it. And I think Mass Republic or Lucha Podcasts, Lucha Central would do even a watch along, and sometimes we chime in on that. It was a whole thing. It was like a WrestleMania. Now it's like all the time, and I
like Orlando. We're keeping him. He says they're going all out this year because it's the 30th year celebration. So it's Triplemania XXX. So I guess you get X amount of shows, or it's X-rated, one or the other. I don't know how that works in Mexico. Do they have X-rated movies in Mexico?
Yeah, hit us up in the comments and replies on Twitter.
send us some good X-rated theaters in TJ. We'll go down. But so while we're on the Lucha Libre subject matter, big news came out this week that the Lucha Bros and Andrade El Idolo were not going to be allowed to perform at Forbidden Door.
Was that big news?
And well, I don't know. Some people thought it was, but I mean, look, people want to see these guys, so they have their fans. First of all, Ray Phoenix was never going to be on it because he was always required to be at a AAA show that day. He's been booked on that AAA show. One of the few times AAA really booked him far enough out, but apparently they've been doing that with Phoenix and Penta, probably because Conan's involved and knows what's going on, and he's like, hey, you guys worked here first. You're still on this loan out thing, so I need you on these dates. So he's probably laying out their shit way ahead of time. And Phoenix has always been on that day. And unless all of a sudden Penta's getting a big solo push, which I seriously doubt because he's barely getting a tag push in AEW. There wasn't much there. And then, with Andrade, I'm just like, okay, so what? He doesn't even have a storyline. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to see him wrestle against some of the great Japanese talent.
No, he has a storyline. Roosh is coming in.
Oh, Roosh showed up for 4 seconds in his office, and that's the big storyline.
I think he's still working out his contract with Tony. He's currently still writing a list of all the family members he also wants to get employed.
That was the worst debut in history with Roosh. I mean, way to tell me nothing about the guy for American fans that don't know, that Roosh is somebody.
Yeah, he's a Ring of Honor champion. But again,
and that's probably where he's going to end up in Tony Khan's universe too. I don't know that I see him getting a whole lot on AEW. I think maybe they'll bring him in and do a little something with him and Andrade and then push him into the Ring of Honor sphere of things.
He would be great. He would be really great to help legitimize the new Ring of Honor brand.
But absolutely. But I was disappointed. Okay, this is a major star. This is a pretty big signing. Can we do something more than Andrade sitting in an office and the guy just comes in hey, what's up, dude? That's not exactly compelling storytelling, guys.
Maybe his knee is still hurt.
And then they haven't mentioned it again. When was that? 2-3 weeks ago?
Who knows? Yeah, but see, at Forbidden Door, that's where you have the Los Ingobernables natural storyline. They should interact with Naito and those guys.
Well, and maybe some of that was the plan. So maybe it is a little bit of a bummer that Andrade's off the card.
Put that up.
We'll see.
Please, sir.
Oh, man, you're making me produce the whole show now? God damn it.
I have to eat.
I offered to run the intro one time, and now Byron's making me do all the fucking work. See how this goes? This is some bullshit. Where's Meefloaf? Can't Meefloaf do this from his janky-ass phone that never works? Meefloaf is not coming, by the way. He's got prior engagements. I think there's some footy on or something.
We just lost 10 viewers.
Whatever. I'm not scared. Anyway, it wasn't really news. I mean, the CMLL New Japan connection and AAA's disdain for said aforementioned connection has been well documented over the years. So
they've always been really petty about keeping that line.
And people and fans forget, AEW is a secondary contract for some of these guys. They are AAA employees first. And I know it's super duper weird. But AEW wasn't a company. And who knows how long or what their actual deals are, because every piece of paper that comes out of AAA is just fucking madness to me. I refuse to even think about another AAA contract in my lifetime after the shit that we looked at with Lucha Underground. But the simple fact of the matter is they're contracted there first. There is some weird heat with Andrade now, so who knows what goes on there. I mean, literally, look, I don't know what's going on with the dude. He literally got more TV time from becoming Mr. Charlotte Flair than he has from anything else in the past 3 months. So, fuck it, whatever. And also, so Jeff Hardy, who I want to talk about a little bit, is, I'm assuming, going to be out of...
Yeah, he got suspended.
Well, he got suspended from AEW. Now, here's Tony Khan's statement says, "We were able to resume contact with Jeff Hardy this afternoon. AEW does not condone Jeff's alleged behavior." Sorry, it's telling me I can downvote this now. Twitter is trying to be all brand new on me. We don't condone Jeff Hardy's alleged behavior. We've made it clear to alleged. Dude, we watched the DUI video. There's nothing alleged about it. They weren't even getting to the point of making him walk the line yet or do the alphabet or anything weird. They were asking him his name and he couldn't stand up straight. That shit was hilarious, bro. I mean, if that video's out there on Twitter somewhere, watch it. I'm just like, dude, you are sauced. You're like trashed, and it's like I don't know, 10 a.m. or something. You got problems, bro.
Speaking of problems, we got Goatse here. He's
what
saying
up,
he's
Goatse?
gonna watch us later. I'm gonna punch you in the face later.
What do you mean later? There is no late. Well,
Son of a bitch. No, he's on vacation
in Greece.
He's headed
right?
to the beach right now. Macedonia. What's your physical address, Goatse?
Yeah, don't give him that. Just give him your last 4 of your do they have social security numbers in Oz or New Zealand or wherever?
This is where Meefloaf chimes in. Do they give social security numbers to criminals?
Right. Wow. Speaking of criminals. Anyway,
not me.
We've made it clear to Jeff that we'll assist him in getting treatment for the substance abuse issues, which he has indicated that he's open to receiving. In the interim, he is suspended without pay and can only return to AEW upon successfully completing treatment and maintaining his sobriety. Great. And then in light of that, then they also announced that we're going to get Dax Hardwood versus Will Ospreay this week, and I'll talk about that a little bit later.
That'd be really good.
They're still doing the ladder match just without the Hardys,
Mm-hmm.
which means that Luchasaurus is going to be responsible for big ladder spots now. That should be interesting. Young Bucks versus Luchasaurus and Jungle Fever. Boy.
I have a question.
Then we get Tony Storm versus Britt Baker. That's good. That I like. And then Tanahashi's going to face off with whatever that guy from the Shield is.
Yeah, Forbidden Door. He's going to win the
No,
championship.
they're doing a face-off at Dynamite.
All right.
Because it's Road Rager or whatever. And there's the hair versus hair match.
Go Ace. Yeah.
Which
Let's talk about that. Do you think Jericho's going to shave his head because he has a big-ass bald spot?
I feel like that's the way they're going with this. I feel like with the new angle and everything, Jericho wants to go back to the short, spiky thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he has like Sting at WrestleMania levels, bald spot in the back.
Yeah, but I think if he goes with a short, spiky thing, it'll actually look pretty good with his newfound abs and stuff.
Even if he gets something goofy, I mean, he's a genius with recreating his character. Get something goofy, I'm sure it'll be entertaining somehow.
Yeah,
but Ortiz has to win.
It's not a terrible look. All right, so the Jeff Hardy thing,
yeah,
like his schedule was too much.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those weird instances where it's like, I know Jeff's a bonehead, but you know, I saw Liz Savage mention something too, which was like, she doesn't condone what he did at all, but at the same time, she wanted people to understand some of the mental health and physical health things that wrestlers go through. It's like the dude's shot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's self-medicating. I mean, part of it's alcoholism and part of it is self-medicating and trying to figure out like how to get through the stuff that he wants to do. Mm-hmm. And part of the problem too is that like you can't tell a Jeff Hardy not to go out there and do some of these things. The only way you can really mitigate a Jeff Hardy, like, because that's all he's got. I mean, like if he doesn't do a swanton and a crazy ladder spot, then who is Jeff Hardy at this point?
He's a stuntman. He knows it.
Yeah, and you're not watching him to run the ropes or do mat wrestling. I mean, he's not that guy. And that's a sad place to be at in your career where basically you're some 40-some-odd-year-old spot guy, but he is.
Yeah. I don't know if it's sad for him because he makes a ton of money. He's really good at it. People love it. You know, it's over.
Right. So the only thing you can do with a guy like that is put him on a more limited schedule. He should be wrestling like Sting.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
he should be on Sting's schedule. Like one of his promos, he did a promo with Matt. It was really good. It was a little off track on the promo, but he mentioned, this is my last run. Like, I know I don't have a lot left in the tank. I'm just trying to like make the most of it. You know, that sort of thing. And he kind of like got in his head for a second about it. And I don't know. Hopefully he didn't ruin it. Hopefully he can get back on track and have a proper final run because, you know, him and Matt deserve it.
Excuse me. Look, they got to beat the Young Bucks. That's a great final run. They could have left it right there. That was the whole point.
Yeah. But
that was the
he's out here
indie dream match. And Young Bucks and Hardy had some time together in Ring of Honor, right? When Hardy had just left Impact and was kind of on the delete tour.
They had a big.
But Jeff was back in WWE then, right?
No, Hardys were surprised. So they had a big. I think we were in Vegas for an FSW show, perhaps the same weekend as this big Ring of Honor show.
Well, Matt was at the FSW.
Yeah,
show,
and so
we met Matt, but Jeff wasn't there.
No, but it might have been then, or maybe a different.
I feel like it was that Friday, and then the FSW show was that Sunday, and Matt was still in town. So I think you're right. I think it was that same weekend.
And then they have the big Ring of Honor tag team title, whatever, ladder match for the Bucks. It was huge. They're under contract with WWE at that point. And then they do a run-in or something set up for WrestleMania, whatever it was. But
yeah, there was some really weird crossover. Like that was the one weekend where their contracts were lapsed at different places or something, and they were whatever. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. But look, AEW got their version of it at the pay-per-view. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. I mean, it looked like the Hardys were a little broken down, and
Casey and I were watching, and we saw Jeff. We're both like, almost you don't want to say it. Jeff looked like high on pain pills or something. Kind of goofy, a little loose. And like but that's the thing. Why do you have this guy whose number one ability right now at his age and how long his career has been is falling off of things? And you had him do that a few days beforehand on Dynamite with Darby. That's a great match. Don't do any Jeff falling off of stuff for like another month after that. That match soak in. But who can do that match that Jeff did and then go do the pay-per-view a few days later on Sunday, Saturday?
Yeah, which he did, and then was supposed to, come into this ladder match and then go right from the ladder match to a huge match at Triplemania this weekend.
Irresponsible. Not just Tony Khan. Matt's also booking them. Matt, and I get Matt's like, okay, we're together. Let's make as much money as we can.
Well, I know Conan was pissed because he had them booked for this Triplemania thing for a long, long time, and then finds out that the same week that they're supposed to come and do a Triplemania that they're doing a ladder match 3 days before, and he was just like, "What the fuck, bro?" Like, I mean, yeah, you can use the guy. There's nothing that says you can't, but seriously, you're gonna throw him off some ladders and then send him down to Mexico to me? That's fucked up. Like he should be salty about that, as from a booker standpoint, but also from a worker standpoint. Like, dude, the guy should be going once a month at most. Yeah. And now, hey, here's the good news. Last week, all I'm doing is complaining about Tony Khan's salaries and all these guys that he's paying all this money to, and how a lot of that is got to give somewhere. Guess what? He just freed up some money from Jeff Hardy. He doesn't have to pay him now. He is suspended without pay, bro. And for one Tony Khan, anybody not getting paid over there is probably a good thing, because he's just spending all the money, like all of it. If there's money to spend, he is spending it.
You got to support the brand, right? For the brand.
Whatever. You hear anything interesting about Thunder Rosa this week?
Yeah, she's wrestling this Sunday, and I want to go, but I think I can't.
We're going to talk about the other thing, but we're going to take a quick break first, and then we're going to get into it. We're going to get into some shit, because I got some shit to say about some shit. I got some shit for y'all shit. Got it?
Now we're cooking!
The two biggest titans in the restaurant rescue game are finally facing off.
Beat! Irvine! Beat! Irvine! Watch out, Tapper, because Irvine's coming for you.
These two rivals are about to find out who is the ultimate restaurant rehabber.
There's no time, there's no passion, there's nothing in any of this.
You guys are going at this ass backwards here.
After choosing between two local restaurants struggling to succeed, these masters will coach them through a dinner-takes-all battle.
Be quiet!
We're gonna beat the hell out of you. You prepared for that?
I'm prepared for that.
Each coach has 24 hours to create a new menu and renovate their restaurant before a head-to-head service.
Everything is just a little wild.
It's garbage.
3 restaurant rivalries, 2 legends, 1 champion.
Mr. Know-It-All didn't know it all, huh?
I knew you were going to say the bike.
Exactly right.
Knew it.
And that's how I beat you.
And we're back. So I had to play that one, Byron, because we keep playing my Fresh Fried and Crispy one that's nominated for 4 Emmys. And no, Restaurant Rivals is not nominated for Emmys because it's in the year later category. It would be next year, but I don't think it's going to resonate that long. But it's a hit show. Like the numbers are through the roof on Discovery Plus. So I had to plug that one because I worked friggin' hard on it and got yelled at by guys who yell a lot. Not the hosts. I would never say that about the hosts. They're nice guys. They don't yell. It's the customers yelling.
Customers are the worst.
Anyway, Restaurant Rivals. It's on Discovery Plus. I made it. I do a thing or two. Byron makes shows too. He just never has cool promo clips like I do.
I can show you some stuff.
What are you working on right now? Are you still doing the Girls Gone Wild stuff, or what are you working on?
Yeah, but that's a hobby. It's not.
Oh,
no. It's 2022. You can't. We don't do that anymore.
You can do whatever you want, Byron. This is Mass Mats and Mayhem, episode 181. That's like you say it forward and backwards. It's the same.
I'm post-story producing Jersey Shore Family Vacation. Don't tell me to say hi to Paulie. I don't get to see him in person. I just watch footage of him for 10 hours a day.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah, buddy.
Isn't the Jersey Shore a vacation to begin with? So how does the Jersey Shore people who were on vacation when they went to Jersey Shore go on vacation? They didn't actually live at the shore to begin with. You're not.
You keep asking me questions. You're going to get me fired.
I'm not trying to get you fired. I'm just trying to say the whole premise of the show to begin with was 6-7 kids on vacation, right?
Yeah.
That's where they went on summer break.
Yeah. Now.
But I guess now since they have families and whatever, it's the cast of Jersey Shore going on vacation. I get it. I'm just saying.
So they because the cast wants to get family pay too, I think.
But it's not just the original people anymore, right? There's newer fun people, right?
It's original and there's significant others. And I'm going to no comment on the TV quality of their significant others.
Copy that. And moving on. All right. So Thunder Rosa sandbagging. That's what the headline read, right? And
someone made a video of like that 3 times Thunder Rosa sandbagged Marina Shafir. And it's like, how much fucking time do you have on your hands, buddy? And like, how many wrestling matches have you ever seen?
Yeah, and I want to look at those. So I'm going to give this guy his day in the sunshine. At Eric in Sarasota was really the guy that started.
I've been to Sarasota. Sarasota sucks, and the people there suck. Unless you listen to the show. Thank you very much.
He says this, and there's a reason why I want to read his tweet because I don't necessarily agree with it. And there was a lot of dissension against his opinion in the comment, and I actually made a whole friends and followers because of it. But Eric said it might just look like a bad match to an untrained eye, but it's pretty clear when someone doesn't want to play ball, which sucks because it just makes your opponent look bad. It's been a long time since I've seen a match where somebody so obviously tried to make themselves look better than their opponent by sandbagging and no-selling. But I just saw a perfect example of it on Dynamite. Okay, but so here's what I have to say. He's talking about an untrained guy, right? I happen to have a very, very trained eye. And for Eric in Sarasota, I can tell you what went down in this match, and I can tell you whose fault is what.
He also is saying, sandbagging to make your opponent look bad when you can make them look good. Or like, that's not the point of every match. Sometimes you have your champion go out for a non-title match. They're supposed to eat up the other opponent. Like, have you not seen a Sid match? You know what I mean? Like,
and
the champ needs to go out there and look good.
Short notice match. We're talking about a short notice match here. This wasn't some like big rivalry that was planned. They got to the arena that day, and you know, this is a show where not everybody's in the PC all week long. Everybody shows up to TV. They maybe got to the day before, or maybe got something out that morning. These two have obviously never locked up before. One of them doesn't even know how to lock up, but I'll get into that in a second. And you know, it's not meant to be great. It's not meant to be great TV, and maybe because of that alone, it was poorly booked. Like, I don't know why Marina was in that spot anyway, other than the fact that, honestly, I really don't know why she was in that spot. Why would you want Marina Shafir taking a loss to the champ right now?
It's weird. It's weird because I think she's great. And I've seen her like at GCW and stuff. I think I saw her in Bloodsport. I think she's really
potential.
She's good. I mean, I think she's great at that level. And also what helps her out now that she also works for a TV wrestling company, she has a character. She has a name. She has a strong identity. All that stuff is great. The execution, the presentation of it is just terrible. Like her music is cool.
God, that's music alone.
But her music is the way they're doing that music and her entrance, it kills the whole arena. Like it's a vacuum. I don't know. It's like when like TJP wrestles.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not
like
good.
The air just leaves the room. Like it sucks everything.
It is just straight up. Right? I don't want to. I'm going to get popcorn heat. Like it is not good heat. It is the ultimate X-Pac the way she's been, which is the weirdest term because X-Pac never really had bad heat. But whatever.
But it's like she has it. So she has like a TV ready like presentation step one. But beyond having like a look in the name and something to put on the Turnertron, whatever, Titantron, it's not there. And like she's an MMA type fighter, but the execution of it is done poorly. And the things that she does, the way she does them, I think she's highly trained and highly skilled, but it's not getting over. It's just not getting over on the TV. The fans don't know how to follow it. And she needs to figure out, you know, what moves of hers, like Scott Hall used to, he recognized that moves, you throw someone over or you put someone over your head, the crowds pop. So he did a bunch of moves that did that. And like, you gotta look at what the crowd is responding to, what she's doing and do more of that, lean into that, and maybe even teach them more of where she wants to go. But
and look, I broke down minute by minute this whole match. And I can say this.
Yeah. You know, no, I just want to say that, sorry.
No, I'm not going to go into the minute-by-minute breakdown. Go ahead.
Oh, Marina Shafir had a well-promoted title shot against TBS champ Jade Cargo. And that match itself wasn't that bad. But Jade's matches are extremely...
I don't know. Like, that match had some wonky shit in it, too.
Oh, of course. But what I'm saying is that one wasn't that bad. But, you know, Jade's stuff in ring is super protected. The match before, where Marina was supposed to eat up an opponent to look good for her title shot, dreadful. Yes. All the people writing now were writing then. Why is she on TV like this? This is the worst match of all time. Yes. So you're champ, and then that gets brought over to you for, you know, to face you. And she's coming off of a high-profile loss on TV. She's really just a dark talent right now, and should be.
And here's the thing. A Jade Cargill match is easier to wrestle because Jade is green, and you know it's going to be power spots. You know it's going to be you taking power bumps. Period. And Mel wanted to go out there, and you even see at times in there that Thunder Rosa wanted to showcase Marina a little bit. And Marina was biting on a lot of it too, by the way. Anyway, like here's the thing. Like Marina and Thunder Rosa could be a good matchup. They're both can shoot fight. Though Thunder Rosa didn't, you know, have the greatest cage debut ever or whatever. She has been in a mixed martial arts ring. She's taken real punches. She's given real punches. She trained hard as hell for 3 years, for legit professional MMA. She was a professional MMA fighter. Marina Shafir obviously knows what she's doing. She's a judoka. She can fight for real. These are two women who can shoot, knock someone out, who can shoot, take a punch in the face, and give one.
Yeah.
Can grapple, jiu-jitsu, judo, karate, boxing, all of that shit. Okay.
She's super tough. She only was in a wheelchair the day after her
So
honeymoon.
this is the first thing. The first thing to know is that none of us want to hit either of these two people in the mouth, because the receipt is not going to be pretty.
Why are we discussing us getting punched?
No, I'm just saying, because people think, like, the thing that I think about the whole match that was okay was them working stiff.
Mm-hmm.
I think in there. Let me go through some of the breakdown, because I think it'll illuminate some of this stuff. Right off the bat, during the collar and elbow tie up, Marina has her arm under the throat. Okay. And they're right for a collar and elbow tie up. You need a head and a collar, but they're going to do that roll spot where they roll through it a couple times or whatever. And Marina just didn't have her right. So she's legit choking her. Don't even think it was intentional. Mel seems fine with it, but she signaled at one point, like, hey, you're choking me. She signals her. That's the first spot of the match. Already Marina has done something wrong. Okay. The first spot. And then Marina kind of directs Mel running the ropes, but sends her into the corner. You can tell Mel's setting up a running spot. Like, they're going to run the ropes for a little bit. I don't know about you, but pretty sure I've seen that at the beginning of, 90% of wrestling matches. Of course you're going to run the ropes. And then Mel is taken off guard because Marina leads and sends her into the corner. Not once, but twice. Mel tries to correct it, and Marina sends her into the corner again. Then she does it a third time, and you can see it's not the plan. And the crowd is already dead because they're working the corner. There's no action. There's been no running around. Nothing looks athletic at this point in time. All she's really done is blow a collar and elbow tie up and then thrown Mel into a corner when she wasn't supposed to. Then Marina leads. She calls the spot. You could see her clearly call the spot for a head throw. Mel hangs on, rolls through into an arm lock, and tries to reset things of, like, first of all, this, you can tell for Mr. Eric from Sarasota that, thinks he knows so much about wrestling. This is not what was laid out at all. They have completely gone off script. They've gone off of whatever layout they discussed. Okay. And they go into an arm lock, and then they both try to reset things a little bit. Mel tries to go into a mat wrestling sequence then at this point in time, which should showcase Marina. That's a good thing for them. She tries to even set up some of the same stuff that she did with Serena Deeb. That is done to make your opponent look good. And she's easily giving up the reversal to Marina. And you can see her. She pops right into the reversal for Marina. She is totally selling. She's not sandbagging shit. She's giving her the world at this point in time in a section of the match where they already blew it. She's either pulling something from some other part of the layout or just resetting and trying to get some good action going, because Mel's whole thing, Thunder Rosa, what she wants to do is make women's wrestling look credible. She wants it to look like a fucking Dean Malenko match. Whether that's a high hope or not, that is her genuine desire in the world, is to make all of her matches look like it's fucking Dean Malenko. For real, okay? To the point where Dustin Rhodes even has to pull her back and do more showmanship and this, that, and the other thing, and, like, do a spot that doesn't look that intense because you don't need it, blah, 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 whatever. But that's a fact. Okay, so she gives Marina the reversal. She tries to let her do some tie-ups and stuff. Marina blows all of it. She blows up that whole section. The crowd was starting to get hot, and they just die again. Okay, and she did the exact same thing with Serena Deeb. Went great. And she's done it in like 12 of her matches. And here's the other thing. If you are the younger up-and-coming talent, and I know some people don't think that Thunder Rosa is all this, that, and the other thing, but also she's wearing the company's main belt. Mm-hmm. if you're wrestling her, you're supposed to go watch tape and do her spots. You're supposed to come in prepared for what this person does in the ring, and then you can go with the flow a little bit. But if you have any respect for the other talent, you know the higher ranked talent spots. I don't care what wrestling promotion it is. I don't care if it's, Midnight Classics over at the high school gym. If you're the guy who walks in with the belt, the other guy is supposed to come and help you sell your spots. The crowd's familiar with them because you're the champ. Okay. Somebody in the promotion liked you enough for you to be the champ, and you have done something to be the champ. Period. I don't care if you're wrestling David Arquette and he's the champ, you go do David Arquette spots. Fuck it. That's just the way it goes. Okay. So anyway, this is when JR even says that the match is awkward, that there's no chemistry, the styles aren't matching up. And it's like, oh God, you got the old senile man now completely kerfluffled, because what else is he going to say? Everybody noticed. Even JR's an idiot for calling it out that way.
Yeah.
But like, there's a better way you could have said that the styles aren't meshing, or you could have sold it a different way, or, that Marina is using her judo background compared to Mel's MMA background to neutralize her effectiveness or something. Like you could have done better than that, JR.
That's why they always say, oh, looks like he didn't get all of that when they botch a move or a kick missed by Mo.
I mean, and there's just a way to say it. So then Marina starts freezing out Mel's move and hitting her with unorthodox arm strikes and unorthodox hip strikes that no one has ever done before in wrestling. Thusly, no one in wrestling is expecting them or knows how to take them. She grabbed her overhook and did a hip thing into her hip, into Thunder Rosa's hip bone. And you could see right off the bat, like, I was like, okay, but I don't know what to do with that, because that's not a wrestling move. Like, I can sell it a little bit or something. I guess we do this little weird thing a couple times. Like, well, what is that? Like, if your match is clunky and you're not feeling each other out right, go for a forearm shiver or something. Instead, she does a back-armed arm strike and then these hip things. And you can tell, like, Thunder Rosa's just like, I don't know what to do with that. So then this is when Mel gives her a hard way clothesline, takes her out, sits her down, and basically tells her, I'm leading. You can see it. Thunder Rosa is like, okay, I don't know what the fuck we've been doing for the last 5 minutes. This is garbage. I'm leading. I got this. I got us. Okay. So then she gives her some super light candy ass knee strikes. Thunder Rosa does. Then she does the Dustin Rhodes uppercut spot or whatever. She's just doing the greatest hits, the easy shit now, which is great. This is what you're supposed to do when a match has gone a little off the rails. You just go to the tried and true, like, this person has to know I do these things. I'm calling the knee strikes 5 seconds before I'm throwing them. And sure enough, they went fine. They looked candy ass, but that was fine. And then she tells Marina to attempt a suplex for a reversal. She says it right to her. You can see it. Go back and watch it. She says it right to her. Marina starts the sequence, but then powers Mel over by force too soon. She tries to snap into a suplex when it's supposed to be a reversal spot. They're supposed to do a little tug of war. They're supposed to dance a little bit. It's a wrestling match. You don't just throw every move, especially when you're not a monster, and you're up against the champ. When you're out there to lay down and do a job for the champ, that is not where you just muscle somebody over. And this is the spot that Eric from Sarasota is calling out as Mel sandbagging. Of course she was dead weight. She wasn't supposed to throw the suplex then. You can see it. She calls the spot. You've seen it in wrestling a million times. Yes, it looked wrong. Yes, Mel didn't push herself up for the spot because Marina threw it at the wrong time. It's terrible. It was horrible. And all these marks who are looking at this and saying that Thunder Rosa is sandbagging her, she was just coming off of 4 spots where she's trying to make Marina look good. So anyway, let me keep going because it gets worse. at this point. Somehow, like you thought they would have got it back on the rails, but somehow it gets worse. Marina's also asking Mel to throw hard stuff throughout the match, which is great. And I think, and this is what I said was part of the good thing. It was getting over the hard shots, the stiff blows. They could both take it. Neither of them seemed to mind at all. You can see Marina telling Mel to throw some heat, put some heat on it. It's fine. So again, this isn't Thunder Rosa taking liberties with Marina. Marina, you can see her clearly several times calling for it. Like, yeah, I'm a little lost. Just throw some heat on me. Hit me something stiff. And it's fine. They traded the whole time, and that stuff looked super good. And this is where you want two MMA fighters to excel in a match against each other. You want them to be able to throw some kicks and some punches and just throw some heat on each other and have it be fine. It was fine. They weren't potatoes at that point because they're asking for it. And they're both totally fair game for it. Then right as they go to the commercial break, Marina tries to lead again. Aubrey signals the break. The break's coming because Marina's trying to lead into some big spot or whatever. Aubrey's like, no, guys, there's a break. And so Thunder Rosa freezes her out. Like, no, we're going to a break. There's no point in whatever you're doing. We're so far gone from our format right now that whatever you're about to do, and this is a problem in AEW because a lot of times people do that shit during the break. And it's like, what? You're going to hurt yourself when we're at a commercial. I don't care if it's picture in picture. Don't do that.
I think it's Fight TV. You still watch it full frame.
Yeah, but still, you're in a commercial break. The ref signals the commercial break. You slowed. What's the first thing that happens? You bump out or you do a rest hold.
Well, with AEW, what they do is the heels will work during the commercial break. And if you're watching like the Fight TV feed or you're watching the picture in picture, when you feel it's right before the babyface comeback, they come back from commercial and then it's
right.
Like,
I get that.
Then it's like a big high spot from the face.
Well, that also didn't happen, but we'll get there. But for whatever reason, and hey, look, maybe this is one of the spots where Thunder Rosa was a little bit in the wrong because you can see her clearly freeze out whatever Marina's trying to do right as they're going into the break. Either she's trying to hear what Aubrey's saying or something, but she put the kibosh on whatever was about to happen right there. But it looks like she's telling her not to do the big spot during the break. So then Marina knees her and throws a hard tit kick. Not anything that you do in wrestling, not the way that she did it. Like she kicked her in upper chest plate. That's not a wrestling kick. And she didn't have the knee bent. She didn't push into her or anything like that. It was a kick, like full into, and you could tell that right then Thunder Rosa's like, oh shit, you got a receipt coming, what's up? And like she wasn't super duper mad about it, whatever, but it was not what was supposed to happen. Clearly it was unplanned and it was not executed in a wrestling laid out fashion. But Thunder Rosa sells it. She sells it hard. And then Aubrey comes over to both of them and blatantly tells them again, like Aubrey is now involved and no longer hiding anything. Like, you want to talk about exposing the business. People, go watch this match. You have never seen this much of three people talking their way through a match in your life, except maybe some of those awful Billy Gunn ones where he's like shouting out everything across the fucking whatever.
No, that's John Cena was known for calling spots super loud. And
he's terrible.
He didn't even care. He's like, I'd rather 1,000 people whatever hear and it happens than the one guy doesn't hear me say. Well,
look, Aubrey is clearly full on there, though she also knows they're in the commercial break because she comes right over to them and tells them both again, like, Jesus Christ, what the hell are you guys doing? We're in the commercial. Slow down, chill out. She's trying to get them back on. She's trying to get them to work the spots. I'm guessing at this point in time, Aubrey's earpiece is just lit up. She's probably got so much traffic inside her head that she doesn't know what's going on. Marina then sets up for a hip toss, but throws Mel down right on her spine instead. You know, just a hip toss. But she doesn't do it that way. She throws her off to the side and throws her like the V of her back into the ground. So there was no way you could take a back bump. And that is great in judo, but in professional wrestling, you're supposed to go up and over so the person can take a back bump and tuck their chin. And that's not what happened. And then Aubrey saw that too, and Aubrey just runs over, and you can see her telling them to work a rest hold. Like, that's it, ladies. Stop this nonsense. Rest hold time. Whatever. This is your chance to take a breath, regain your composure, because we got to do a go home spot when we get back from the commercial break. Can we please throw in a headlock or something right here, ladies? But then, so Mel's down in the headlock or whatever Marina's got her in, and here comes the receipt for that kick. She is throwing straight punches to the jaw, and that's Thunder Rosa doing that. That is not the first time. Watch a JBL match sometime if you want to see some more of those. JBL potatoed the hell out of some people during a rest hold, especially if he thought that they were taking any type of liberties in his ring. You know, and let's be honest. Is he the first? No. I mean, a long history of sending some receipts. So yeah, she just right behind the head, just potatoes her up a couple times. Real nice. Which I got a real kick out of. So then instead of doing what you do in a moment like that, to let them know you get the message, like you kind of cinch up on the hold, you move your head and whatever. No, Marina potatoes Mel with a punch and a kick right after that and stands her up. Not full 100%, but they weren't pulled punches. She came out about 80% on a real punch and a real kick again. They were not worked strikes. And then Aubrey finally slows them down again into some more rest holds. Now both are finally still working the break, but they're working each other super stiff. They're just throwing heaters and potatoes at each other left and right. And at one point, Marina does this to Thunder Rosa, like a shame on you thing. Not really working the crowd either. Like, they're not happy with each other at this point. But I think they're kind of working through it, and they're feeling like, okay, we'll still get through this. Then Mel starts checking kicks. Marina threw a real hard leg kick, and then she threw a body blow that looked like a real uppercut body blow, like right up under the rib cage. And then after that, and people don't know, like a checked kick when you're trying to throw a wrestling kick, oh, that's brutal. So Mel just reaches her legs out and checks the kick, which you could tell hurt Marina's shin. So it's just like, oh God, what is going on here? But Marina was kind of like, I don't think Marina minded the rough stuff. She was like, okay, I get it. Cool. And then Mel, after the uppercut, works several stiff blows back to Marina in the corner to set up the go home. But Aubrey is waving Mel off at that point, telling Thunder Rosa, like, chill out, whatever. You guys are a little wild. When is it? Oh my God. Oh yeah. So after the body punch, before the corner stuff, when Aubrey tells her to calm down, Mel throws this fucking lunge kick, a teep. A teep is when you're standing on your forward leg and you reach your forward leg forward and kind of push the person back. But a lunge kick is when you step into it and kick them in the chest while also doing a teep. And that's pretty much what she did. Marina goes flying across the ring. That was, if you go back and watch UFC 2, there's one of those in UFC 2 that sends a guy all the way back into the cage. It's incredible. And that was pretty much exactly what happened here. And again, Marina didn't seem to mind too much. Honestly, like, I think Marina's fine with the MMA, the rough stuff. She was fine with it. Aubrey seemed to be the one that was like, whoa, what the hell is going? No, chill this out. This is ridiculous. And I feel terrible for Aubrey. So then we get to the part where Aubrey is basically calling the whole match at this point in time. After that stuff in the corner, Aubrey is calling the match. She's sitting in everything. She's telling them it's time to start the go home segment. Like, let's get out of this, ladies. Let's put in some real work. And she starts calling it, and they seem to be fine with it. And they're going along with the finish. And it looks like, okay, this actually looks like somebody laid something out here. But Marina still looks confused. So right after Aubrey tells them what the next spot is, Marina's on the ground. You see her asking, and Mel is telling her like what the next spot is. Again, Marina is asking. She does not know what is about to happen. She seems confused. Mel does the Death Valley driver, then has to tell Marina that it's not the finish. You see her tell her flat out, no, kick, not the finish, not the finish. She says it like 3 times to her, like, and I think she even shakes her head no. Because like Marina was just going to lay down at the wrong time. Like the Death Valley driver's not the finish, dude. And then Marina has no clue where to stand after that for Mel's kicks. It's like, oh my God, you cup your arms. You turn your body to the side. You take the kicks to the chest. Have you not watched the Daniel Bryan match in your life? Jesus Christ. Everybody knows how to take these kicks. Mm-hmm. She's like turning the wrong direction. She looks like a rock'em sock'em robot fell off the fucking board. She has no clue what's going on. Then there's the first victory roll out of Marina's move. It's supposed to set up another move. It doesn't happen clean. And the second one looks like the setup to the clean finish. And which makes perfect sense. I don't think Mel was taking any liberties there. Neither of them is going to do a big finisher here because obviously they're both going to do their finishers post-match. And so they finally get out of the whole thing. Then after that, you know, when Mel's holding up her belt, Marina throws that sloppy judo throw again, snaps her neck, does her all sideways. Mel looks like she's trying to go up and over, but the way that Marina threw her hip into it, there was no way for Mel to push over and back bump. So she does another sloppy takedown on her and then puts her into Marina puts her into her finishing move. And yeah, it looks like Thunder Rosa no sells that move. I don't know. She's not taking the move. She's not freezing her out of the move. She's not sandbagging it, but she didn't seem like she was selling it a whole bunch either.
What do you sell in that move?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just kind of wiggle around.
But it's also after the match, so maybe you tap.
Yeah.
And look, huge, bigger stars than Thunder Rosa have done that. Freaking Roman Reigns does that every other week. You know, you sell the other guy's move, especially after the bell's rung. You tap quick, you over exaggerate, you make them look tough, you let the person get their heat back. You got the fucking win, you've got the belt. You know, you do the rest of your locker room a favor. Mel didn't do that for some reason here. I don't know if Thunder Rosa had something else going on, waiting for the run in. Tony seemed a little bit slow. I don't know.
I mean, my opinion watching it, and you disagreed, and I can't say that you're wrong, but my opinion is that Tony was cued way late, and Thunder was in the hold for too long. I think just they got to the hold,
but even then, you still got. I mean, you still sell it a little bit, unless you really shoot mad at the person. But I don't feel like, honestly, and say that's the other thing. Even this far in the match, I don't think Thunder Rosa and Marina Shafir are having an issue with each other. Yeah, I think they're just not having chemistry. I don't think either one of them is mad at the other one. I think there was a couple of spots where they sent receipts to each other because they blew some stuff or threw some pepper on it and, you know, potatoed each other a little bit. But these are tough ladies, y'all. These are not the kind of people that get fazed by that kind of thing, you know? And, you know, and this is part of the difference with the Evil East thing. Like, I think that Evil East thought she could take some liberties and that she was the more experienced one that should be leading. And there was a big communication gap there. Similar thing in a certain way. You know, certain talents don't jive, you know, and in the locker room, one lady's got the belt, another one is just on the way up. And this was a bad booking call. Whoever thought these two were going to dance well was incorrect. The match was a bit of a cluster. I feel personally like about 75% of it was actually Marina Shafir's fault for not being prepared for the match and not knowing what to do when she wasn't prepared. They ran the ropes 0 times. They mat wrestled for 20 seconds, and it was a cluster where Mel was trying to make her look good and give it up. Everything else was stiff blows and awkwardness. And Aubrey trying to get them to do rest holds to just salvage whatever was left. So they just seemed lost. And they both took some liberties. Yeah. So I don't know. Basically, more of the story for me, and you tell me what you think, is I don't call this sandbagging.
No, it's just people working, and it's just part of the spectrum of working a wrestling match. It's not always going to be 5-star Young Bucks versus whoever, blah, blah, blah. You're going to have some of the stuff where things don't go smoothly. It's like you're doing a live action movie with stunts, and sometimes you don't get your, half of a script until like an hour before your match. Like, when was the match announced? And so like it doesn't always go well to like improv a stunt show, on live TV. It's just
and this is part of the problem too with these huge rosters or talents that haven't, worked their way up, going the long road to get up anymore. Like, back in the day, you work with a bigger talent, you try to do some of the things that Marina did, or you're not prepared enough for a match, you get lumped up, you get tied in knots in the middle of the ring. And a lot of times they were bigger, stronger people, and maybe that's not the case here. Marina is probably stronger than Thunder Rosa, so it's a little bit harder for her to take control and say, I'm leading. But then also, there's been a million matches like this on the indies that have been complete clusterfucks, and then you know what happens? You get your pay docked by the promoter. You get a slap on the wrist, and it wouldn't be the champ. It would have been Marina Shafir. She would have been docked. She would have been told to work out her shit, come back better next time. Like, you're off the big show next week, or you're not getting paid the same amount on this circuit. And it used to be everybody worked those circuits long enough that if you got TV time, by the time you got there, even if you were a jobber in a squash match, you knew how to bump for the guy who was the rung above you on the ladder, period. End of story. That didn't happen here. And you get more of this all the time now because of how people get into the business, how fast they come up. And it's fine. I like that. I like seeing talent come up a little bit faster now because I want to see them when they're still young and fresh and innovative and trying things. But this is the price to pay for it. I like Marina Shafir. I think she's going to be a good talent in the business. I think she's got great stuff in front of her. I think Thunder Rosa also still has a lot of great stuff in front of her, and she's grown tremendously. Yeah. But also keep in mind, here's the thing. There's a reason why the person with the belt always leads too. They have stuff to protect. If they're nursing an injury, they don't need to tell everybody in the back. You tell the boys in the ring. You tell whoever, or the girls, whatever. You tell them in the ring. You lead the match. You protect your injuries. You protect the belt. You've got big matches coming up. The company's money, everyone's money, is more at stake on what happens to you in that match than what happens to the other person. It's their responsibility to follow you. Yeah. You're the champion. Period. End of story. That no point in that match, unless Thunder Rosa said to, should Marina Shafir be leading anything. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have jobbers going up to Randy Orton trying to pitch reversals to the RKO, like people.
And if they do, they do it at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. He laughs heartily at them, and they understand by the time that they get to the ring, they're doing whatever the fuck Randy wants. Period.
Yeah. People bought a ticket to see the RKO in a Randy Orton match.
Yeah.
If you're the champ,
if he says you're going to fall off the top rope into an RKO, guess what you're going to do, bro?
You're going to fall off the ropes.
And then you know what you're going to do after that? You're going to go back behind the curtain. You're going to shake his hand and say, "Thank you for the house, sir."
Yes. Yeah.
And everyone who's talking about Thunder Rosa sandbagging, it honestly is a bad match. You can call it a bad match all day long, but you cannot put the blame on her in that situation. All you can do,
I wouldn't even blame
for the house and move on.
Yeah. It's not even Marina Shafir's fault because she is not ready for that spot. And I'm not saying she's not ready to wrestle a match. She's not ready to do a TV timed live match, with with the whatever, the short notice or whatever.
And dude, so here's by comparison. Think about what Cody and Seth did at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
I mean, those dudes they laid out that match. I don't know how long they've been talking about some of that stuff, if it was all that day or the day before, but I'm telling you, the match layout, if you go back and watch that thing again, those guys worked. They worked the crowd, they worked their spots, they worked simplicity, they worked difficult stuff. But they've also wrestled against each other for the last 3 months straight. They clearly are communicating well. And that's the difference. I mean, you get a high-level match like that, even with Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. Like, look, Serena Deeb was a snooze fest in promos leading up to that match, and it was still fire. Those girls have worked together for a long time, and they gave each other everything. They both gave up big spots. They gave up big moments to each other. They let each other shine. They worked really hard. Marina and Thunder Rosa could obviously do that also. I don't think there's a conflict of personalities here. There is not an Ivelisse and Thunder Rosa situation here. That was different. That was egos. That was two people that were at a very similar level experience-wise, butting heads a little bit and not jiving, not doing it, together.
Well, what's a big difference?
And one of them, by the way, was a little more wounded pride-wise going into that match than the other one, and it happens to be the one that's no longer with the company. Just saying, that's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, another thing that I think that you could tell how this is a little different is that neither one of them are taking to social media about it. I mean, Marina Shafir and Britt Baker liked the guy's tweet. I don't know. They could just be having a laugh with each other about it.
Marina might even think that now. I don't think Marina felt that at any time in the cage. I think if somebody said to her, "Oh, that person took liberties with you," then she might actually be like, "Oh yeah, she didn't make me look very good." Like if anything from Marina, it's way after the fact. And it's because of what other people are saying to her. Because honestly, I don't think she's been doing it long enough or with enough people to even know if she got sandbagged.
Yeah.
She's probably just taking it on what other people are saying. And Britt has thrown salt into all of Thunder Rosa's wounds. They have a rivalry going. It's kayfabe, people. She has kept it going. Go back and look at all the tweets that she's liked. She's liked all sorts of people saying evil crap about Thunder Rosa. She's a heel.
I personally would like any tweet that made fun of Casey.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not even working a program right now.
Doesn't matter. Your nemesis gets it every time. They get the thumbs down.
It's just unless by chance the finish got changed while they're in the ring. I feel like the finish was the only thing that they did right, but who knows? But I'm just saying, like, you have a match against a champion on the A show, for lack of a better term. It wasn't Rampage, and then and so in the middle of the match, this is a big break for you. You're new and you're being very protected on TV, even in your losses, and you're asking for the finish in the middle of the match. Like, what? She
looks so lost, bro. If you go back and look, like, Marina just looks lost.
You don't complain about any, especially coming from, MMA, where, it's kind of an alpha personality, alpha type environment. You kind of know if you're ruining that match, you're going to get something. You're going to get a potato or something.
And it's part of the difference between wrestling and MMA. In MMA, you're supposed to be unpredictable. You're supposed to throw stuff out of nowhere. People aren't supposed to see it coming. In wrestling, no, it's pretty much exactly the opposite of that. They need to see it coming from a mile away so they can make it look good for you because you're not trying to hurt them. But whatever. I mean, the whole thing was laughable to me. And it's like, I get it. Fans are going to fan. The word fan comes from fanatic. They're fanatics.
You're all lunatics.
Look, I'm a wrestling supporter. I support these women. I support what they did out there that night, and it did not go very well for them. That sucks. I was thoroughly entertained because I got to sit down and watch it, and it's so awesome to see that many people calling that many things in the middle of the match. That shit's hilarious to me, and that's very entertaining. And to be honest, it's maybe only the second time I've seen Thunder Rosa do that, and I've sat 3 feet away from her at matches, and she's smooth. She knows how to call a match. She knows how to lead. She knows how to follow too. And a lot of time I watched her, she was coming up and she was wrestling against men. Oh my God. Some of the best shit I saw her do, she didn't lead at all. And it was Sammy Guevara leading the whole time. And he took her for a freaking, I don't know what the hell it was, off the top of the entranceway at Lucha Underground.
Oh yeah, they did a Spanish fly.
They did a Spanish fly,
20
yeah.
feet up,
and you could see,
yeah,
Thunder Rosa she was just like, I got you. I'm gonna do whatever you say. The whole match.
Yeah.
Even when they weren't locked up, he was still coaching her through that whole match, and it was great. It was like, damn, Sammy, I hope you're an agent someday.
We talked to her afterwards, and we're like, that was awesome. Weren't you scared? She's like, oh, there's enough people down there. Whatever.
Yeah, she just. But that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to trust Sammy Guevara. Like you're supposed to trust these people. Clearly, those two women did not have trust in what was supposed to be happening there. It wasn't laid out well enough. They didn't know it well enough, or it actually looked like Thunder Rosa did know it well enough and knew when it was off the rails. Tried to get it back on the rails, and Marina just wasn't capable of doing that. So what you got instead was a clusterfuck, and it looked like Thunder Rosa was sandbagging. I don't think she was. I mean, Thunder Rosa can tell me if she's wrong. Maybe I'll get a phone call where she's like, "Nah, I was really sandbagging that bitch."
Bring her on come on the show.
But I don't think that's gonna
come on the show.
Now she's doing busted open. I like to think that we were her inspiration for getting into podcasting. But anyway,
I hope so.
All right, a couple other things I want to talk about. My boy.
Oh, can you say
Killer Cross?
Yes,
I can say that. My homie, the dude. I hope to God that when an indie promotion books Cross, if they want one of his promos, they just have to pay extra for it or something. He did this promo a couple weeks, and I was going to talk about it last week, but just amazing where he talks about, Carrie and the entertainer, and then Kevin, the nice pretty boy that, shakes all the hands and kisses the babies, and that what you guys are getting is Killer Cross. Did Steiner pull out of that match? Did that match just end up being him and Rosser?
I'm not sure.
I gotta go and find out. He won a belt, one of those promotions.
Oh yeah, I know.
Carolina. I believe Steiner was either. It ended up only being our homie Fred Rosser, who's a phenomenally nice guy. And by the way, since it's Pride Month, you should go back and watch our interview with Fred. Amazing stuff. And with Sonny Kiss for that matter, because Sonny, that's my dude. Sonny, can we get you on TV? Why is Sonny not wrestling Thunder Rosa? That shit would have been fine. Well, they're both baby faces right now. And that's the, it's funny because Jade basically flat out said everybody's talking about trying to get Sonny into the baddie. It's just like, we can only have so many people. But the other story there is nobody sees Sonny being a heel. They see her fitting in with that group, fine, but Sonny's just not a heel. Sonny is way too fucking affable. Like, there's no way to hate. Sonny as a heel is hard work, in my opinion. I don't know how you do that, and so I just think that they're like, Sonny and the baddies would be one thing, but no. I mean, because Tony's heard that he knows that people want Sonny and the baddies.
Yeah. People want Sonny on TV. But I mean, the Jade and the baddies are already kind of in danger of going like Kevin Nash heel, where they're bad guys, but they're just, Jade more so is just like so cool.
It's a very tweener spot. Like, even her cut the shit, Tony. All that stuff is just catchphrases. It's like Godfather. Like, he was a face, he was a heel. Did it matter? He was coming out with the hoe train and he was doing his thing. Like, it just, you either liked it or you hated it. And I think that's the same thing with Jade. Like, whether she's a heel or a face, you either like the gimmick or you just don't. And most people like it.
Yeah. I think bringing up that point, I think adding Sonny to that group would make it, they're wanting to be heels even more of an uphill climb.
Yeah, I mean, Sonny would be there to, like, you put Sonny in that group when you want to make it fun.
Yeah.
If you want to make them look more like the life of the party and not heels, sure, put Sunny in there. And maybe if Jade does a face run, that'll be the way to do it. Maybe that's the way to turn Jade face. I don't know. Anyway, look, this is just a banner month for promos. Eddie Kingston, Cross, some of the Matt Hardy stuff. I feel bad for Matt because he's just seems like he's just off the AEW card now, and I don't know what they're gonna do at AAA.
Oh, he lost those 2 bookings. But he's on contract with AEW, but still.
Yeah, I mean, Matt's getting paid to show up Wednesday either way, whether they use him on TV or not. He's getting paid.
Yeah, but he's been pushing his brother so hard to take care of him.
But AAA, what does he do? Go down there with another partner? Maybe take Christian. If Christian would do it, is Christian gonna all of a sudden drop his weekend plans with the kids for Father's Day and go down to Mexico with his not so buddy Matt Hardy? Like, I don't know. It would be great. It would be a perfect sub.
Has Christian done AAA through the AW thing? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But that would be a great substitution. The scene make it be interesting. Maybe there's a reason to watch. So how do you feel about Cody Rhodes now? A week later, he's had the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard all the stuff. What did they officially say? 9-month return?
They said 9 months, which I think
they said day before Royal Rumble return is the official WWE line.
I think at first it was like 6 to 8 months or whatever. And if you Googled torn pec recovery time, it would say 6 to 8 months. That makes sense. Okay. They're just saying like the most information you have over very vague injury because he hasn't had surgery yet. So you don't know what he's
for an average human being, by the way, that doesn't know how to do crazy PT. Sure. Yeah.
But
9 months.
So, I think initially, that was a good number. We're talking wrestling WWE, so this is all kayfabe. But I think if you're kayfabing, what is the easiest accessible estimate works. People would dig deeper on Reddit and Twitter, just threads. I was reading about this, and they were going back to other wrestlers like Cena or whoever who had a torn pec surgically repaired. And I do the quotations because there's multiple muscles and tendons in each area. So you're like, my injury was a distal bicep tear, which Chaz from the Headbangers has. Get well soon. And so basically tendon tore right here. There's another one where the tendon tears by the shoulder, and how much it sucks and what you can do in the recovery of those two are different
completely.
So, some people were saying, so generalized torn pec wrestlers come back about 4 months. That's what they were saying on Reddit. So that I would say the 9 months
and that is
number. 4 months
is tear. By the way, that's the underneath tear that they're talking about with the 4 months. So,
okay.
Look, I'm going to cite Glenn Gilberti. He was talking about that bicep tear that you're talking about. He said that was the worst one that he could not come back from. He says flat out he wrestled easily on the torn upper pec. Like, yeah, it hurt. There's just stuff you couldn't do, but it didn't, like, you could still move your arm. You just can't do anything strong that requires like a shoulder pressing kind of motion. You can't do any of this kind of stuff because you can't. This isn't all quite together. But you can still even do some bicep only strength stuff. You can still grab things. You still have the mobility. What really hurts is anything where you're doing an upward or forward pushing motion. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay. So here's my question then. If Cody's really out, like, look, people, you've seen stars leave WWE on an injury before. First of all, unless they're coming out to drop a title, limping out and whatnot, they don't typically come out the next night and bump and take a pull apart. Okay? Clearly, the docs said it was okay for Cody to go out there and do the pull apart and take more sledgehammer to the wound, even if it's worked, pushing it in there or whatever. That's still dangerous if it's a bad injury. So we're talking the night after Hell in a Cell. You've already got Cody out here. And if you know you're going to put Cody on the shelf, do you have him come out and reference the Money in the Bank briefcase above him first? Maybe you do, just because he's on the posters and you want to acknowledge it or whatever, that he can't do it. But he didn't go out there and say right off the bat, like, sorry, I can't be at Money in the Bank, guys. I know it was hyped around me. I'm not going to be there. No, didn't happen. And then this week, you've got Seth Rollins still with Cody Rhodes' name all up in his mouth, talking about Money in the Bank. He references the part of Cody's speech where Cody said he was going to be at Money in the Bank. And Seth says, oh, sorry to ruin your plans for Money in the Bank, Cody.
Yeah.
Seriously, does anybody not see this coming?
Something that we were discussing when we were talking AEW and storytelling and wrestling, and you brought up WWE is getting, they get their stories over.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they're good or bad, but you know what they are. And it's through like sheer redundancy, you know. And so you say the words every Monday on Raw, Cody Rhodes, Money in the Bank, and then you have that live, and then you have it replayed in every hour, so it's on at least 3-4 times. Cody Rhodes, Money in the Bank every week.
And here's the other crazy part. Go back to WrestleMania. Both belts are on Roman Reigns. No other WWE superstar has talked about being a champion. Riddle's talked about beating Roman Reigns. He hasn't talked about becoming WWE champion. Maybe he said it once. But we know that Cody Rhodes' storyline is that he is back because he wants the championship. Seth Rollins has said that he had the best Money in the Bank cash-in ever. He hasn't said that he wants to be the champ. He said that he wants to repeat what he did with his Money in the Bank thing, that he's got, and they're laying down this gauntlet. The only good storyline from everything that they're working to is something to do with Seth and Cody. Now, if for some reason Cody can't make it to Money in the Bank and can't do Money in the Bank, which I still believe is a possibility, I'm not 100% sold myself on my theory that Cody climbs the ladder and gets the briefcase. I think, however, unlike most people, that it is very within the realm of possibility. In fact, I think right now they're leaning that way stronger than anything else from what I'm seeing on TV, from what I know about Cody, from the way they've set this whole thing up, from what I know about the actual injury that he's got, from what I know about how successful the surgery was, which was very successful, by the way. And what I heard was that he could perform on it in 4 weeks, which, by the way, is still too long for Money in the Bank. So that is a problem, but because he does have to get a doctor to clear him. But the thing is, I think you could work that match without affecting that injury at all. And people are like, but how can he perform in this? I'm just saying, he doesn't have to do anything to win Money in the Bank. He doesn't have to go out and have a 40-minute classic like he just did with it completely torn with Seth. He doesn't have to do that at all. He has to work for maybe, 70 seconds total of the entire match for it to be credible and fun and a big story and give WWE everything they want. And then he can rehab all he wants. He can walk around with a briefcase, still be on TV, still promote shit when they need, still be the babyface hero that they need without having to wrestle for ages. And then the story can just be that he's sitting on the right moment until he's 100%. I'm just saying. It's unfortunate for them that Money in the Bank is so close because, if it was 2 or 3 months away, obviously they would do it. Maybe it is a little hard for them to do it. But everything they've done on TV, everything they've done with the story, everything I know about what's going on in his actual injury just leads me to believe there's absolutely no reason to not have Cody Rhodes surprise the shit out of everyone. They haven't even taken him off the posters. I mean, I don't know if you can do that with a couple weeks notice, but what they have in the past when big stars have fallen off of cards, they've changed out posters.
Yeah. And it's just all the storytelling points to Cody Rhodes' Money in the Bank. Something needs to happen involving Cody Rhodes that's important. Money in the Bank.
And maybe it is just Seth. Maybe it is Seth goes up and Seth gets the briefcase and Seth claims that he's going to repeat, his giant win, and then Cody comes back to foil it at some point in time. Maybe that is it. Who knows? That's still good storytelling.
Or maybe Cody comes out and stops Seth from winning. Or is that what you just said?
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know.
Whatever.
But I think if Seth doesn't actually walk away with the briefcase, I don't think you get enough TV time out of the story. I think either Seth or Cody has to walk away with the briefcase at this point. Especially with Roman spending more time on SmackDown with both belts. I mean, look, they had Austin Theory headline with the U.S. title this past week. They had to. Also, I want to point out, looking at WrestleTix, the first Raw without Cody is tickets sold and distributed 3,990 this past week. The lowest Raw attendance since the pandemic, I think, and it's the one that Cody wasn't at.
Oh, what
and
a Hulk Hogan
all the
move.
shows that Cody was at and that Cody's headlined, sellouts, man. Big numbers. AEW, by the way, did great with their ticket sales in Vegas and Los Angeles. I can't see them not putting Los Angeles as a regular stop. Dude, they sold 15,000 tickets, and most venues that they're doing only seat 5,000 people. So, WWE is regularly getting into the major sports arenas, but AEW is typically doing these more college-size arenas that are, you sell 4,000 or 5,000 tickets. It looks like a full house. It looks like a big arena, but it's half the size. It's not like United Center where they did All Out or whatever. That's a 15,000, 16,000 seater. And AEW packs it every time. But now I think LA, they've got another, and both shows did great. And in fact, the pay-per-view in Vegas that had a slightly bigger arena, I think actually did a lower number than Staples did. Or no,
they're at the Forum. That was a big deal. I kept seeing Dave.
They opened a third tier.
Meltzer. Yeah. He kept talking, bringing historical box office with wrestling at the Forum, and pointed out the Forum has been a notoriously rough market for wrestling. WWE, WWF, WCW.
Yeah.
They just don't sell it out, and in AEW.
The location isn't great. Like, that was at one point in time a good location to be in Los Angeles, but now it's kind of a no man's land to go over to the Forum.
Yeah.
But I've seen some great events there.
So have I. I watched a bunch of Kings game, saw a Lakers game, I saw Prince at his residency. Oh.
Yeah, but I'm talking new Forum since they redid it, since the sports teams have been out of there, since it's basically just been a live concert venue. After everything moved to Staples, I've still been back there a few times. And the cool thing about it now is you can do a smaller 4,000 or 5,000 people thing. They black out the top tier and it looks great on TV still. But for AEW, everything was open and they packed the place. So congrats to them on that, man.
Yeah, they've been starving the West Coast. They've been starving this time zone. I think they're Eastern Coast company. But right before the pandemic, I think they were about to start touring out here. And it's hard to it's hard to move the circus from town to town across the country.
People also really don't understand the ticket thing too. Like, people don't understand that a sellout is not necessarily a sellout. A sellout, there's always still more sections that they can open up and all sorts of stuff. Like, for every wrestling event, typically a couple of days before the event, or even sometimes at the last minute, once the cameras actually get set up and they see how much space they have on the hard side, they'll open up some of those tickets. There's usually upper sections and back sections that are left in reserve. They usually try to get a bunch of $20 tickets out right at the end. So it's like a sellout is a sellout, except for the fact that there could have still been 800 more seats available that they just never put into the scheme. Because what they're saying they're selling out is the tickets that they've made available. And there's also comps and stuff in there too. You know, you could give away 400 tickets at the end if you're making your nut to pay the venue. It doesn't matter.
They will open up. You'll see sometimes for shows like right beforehand. They'll open up a whole new batch of seats, tickets.
Yeah, like that just happened for the AEW show this week, where they just opened up the hard cam stuff. They just opened up like 90 seats or something. So anyway, whatever. Last thing I want to talk about. I don't know if you got some other stuff. You got some other stuff you want to talk about, Perrin? I only got one more thing.
I need to get a tree.
It's not wrestling.
And it's hard for me to get a tree in a tree-sized pot home from Home Depot or Lowe's.
Like a Christmas tree, or you just need
like
some
one arm.
A tree in your place.
I'm gonna put a tree right there in my home.
Are you feeling like you're not getting enough oxygen or something?
I'm introducing a lot more plants. I need to clean up the air.
Are you going to get enough sunlight for flora and fauna?
I had a bamboo tree here for over a decade. I think that really
that's always been my problem. I love plants.
Yeah.
But
well, another thing I'm doing is that I have Wi-Fi lights, so I turn them on to daylight for a couple hours to get everything, and I'm testing them out. I mean, hopefully it's working, but if something's near a window, how do you know for sure? I have one plant in my bathroom which has no windows, so I'll see. I'll keep everyone posted on if it survives based off of my Wi-Fi lights. Tune in next week.
Hey, Bart, do you see the shirt I'm wearing here?
I do. Is that a soccer
my
team?
Invicta FC shirt. There's a reason why I'm wearing this shirt, because so a few weeks ago, Felice Herrig retired from MMA. And she's had a great fight, but yeah, maybe she was a little past it, and she was just like, I told myself, and sad but happy moment. Like, look, she's had a great run, she's had a great UFC career. She should clear it from her brain. Like, I know she was out at Jeff Kearns, who's an awesome guy out in Crystal Lake up in there near Chicago. Felice, super nice person and really hard worker. But, there's a time. And then what? Something happened that was good? Oh,
hi, Mel.
Thunder Rosa. Hi. We talked all about that match that everyone thought you were sandbagging, and I went through step by step why I did not think that was the case.
I agreed with Justin.
I hope you got to hear some of it, but I think that there's some bullshit out there going on.
It's a bunch of nerds who read something and then they just repeat it.
I think it's a lot of people who think they know something about wrestling that don't know something about wrestling. But whatever.
I wanted to go to the show Sunday, but I already have tickets to see Kevin Cross at Circle 6. And if I don't do that, he has a standing
reservation. The moral of the
at
story
breaking
is
my
if
neck.
you're in Los Angeles and you don't go see some of our friends at one of these shows this coming weekend, you're crazy. Either go to the Republic of Lucha show, go to Circle 6, somebody go out to a wrestling
Go to
event
Republic of Lucha.
There's great talent on all of those shows.
Yeah.
But so what I want to say, so Felice Herrig retired. Then Joanna Jędrzejczyk retired this weekend. And yes, I said Jędrzejczyk, I think, right?
That's how you
Joanna
pronounce
champion who hasn't been champion for a while. And Holly Holm lost recently too, which sucked, but she just got put into the Hall of Fame. So I was kind of reminiscing. And then I heard Ronda Rousey talking about like how much she wanted to fight Gina Carano. Like that's the one person she would come out and see. Oh yeah, Anakin. This is going to be great. What's the whole card? Didn't we read that card down?
We read the whole card. They're going to fight Sky Blue and, sorry, Justin, don't get mad at me, Black Danger.
Why you can't say Black Danger?
It's going to be, those two words next to each other. I feel like it's not my fault. I didn't do that.
It's only as racist as saying stranger danger. And I say that every time you walk into a room, Byron. So
yeah, because your mom raised you right.
That card is going to be awesome. And Thunder Rosa, you got to tell Slice Boogie what's up. I love that dude. I have seen him wrestle a ton of times on the indies, and it just entertains the crap out of me every single time. I don't know what it is. He's mean as shit. He never said anything nice to me. I'm not like, he's not a buddy, but that's why he's so entertaining. Like him and JD Drake, love those two. Like
Yeah.
both of those guys are like two of my favorite workers in the world, and it's probably because they hate me. So I was reminiscing, Byron, about female MMA, and it's the Tyron Woodley thing. It's like these are my era of female fighters, and they're kind of getting to a point now where they're past a little bit. And even Ronda Rousey saying that she would come out of Iron for Gina Carano. I said to myself too, I was like, yeah, but don't forget my girl Julie Kedzie was on the other end of that Gina Carano fight that made Gina famous. Like it took two people there. So don't sleep on Julie. There's pioneers in that business. But it's harder. Like you looked at Joanne and it's like they're at a point where they want to have families. You could be a male fighter and have a family and fight. For other women, they have to go away and then come back and then retrain their bodies and this, that, and the other thing. Like, it sucks. So I feel like, maybe Felice or Joanna had another fight or two in them, but at this point they're like, man, I got to get on with life. Like there's stuff that I've had to put so on hold to do this for you people. And, it's the same for female professional wrestlers too. And I'm glad to see a lot of them that are back in the game, like Becky Lynch being able to just come back in. Like, I mean, we were impressed when Melissa Santos was like, she had a kid and then we're like, wait, you're not supposed to be here. It was like 3 weeks after she had her baby and she was back ring announcing and like, she didn't miss a beat, but then it also made me think about my homegirl, Yaya Rincon. And that's why I'm wearing the Invicta shirt. I saw Yaya in Invicta in St. Louis. I went to New York Rick afterwards and I was like, Rick, you got to get me a shirt. He was the one who told me to come out to the event, Cleveland homie that used to do Ariel Helwani's show. And I was like, that girl Yaya, that's the most fun I've ever had watching a fight. And we're talking like she was second fight on an Invicta card one night. But I was sitting next to her mom and some of her peoples. I had never seen or heard anything about her anymore. And she came out, she was jacked. And she just beat the brakes off this girl. And a tough fight, too. They were very evenly skill matched, but she won and she just had fists of steel. And I just loved her as a fighter. And then, she took time off. She had a kid and her life has progressed in kind of a different direction. She had one attempt at a comeback fight that didn't go so well. But I was looking at some of her social media the other day and you could tell she was just having that moment of coming to terms with the fact that she's not going to be a fighter anymore. Like she's a mom now. She's going to be taking care of her kids. She's doing some Twitch stuff and gaming and OnlyFans and whatever. But like, it sucks. It totally sucks. It's like, yes, you do have another calling in life now. And there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't be ashamed for a second. Like you were like your kid should grow up being able to say, my mom will kick your mom's ass for every day of her life. And all the moms that get into the ring, it's just amazing to me. So with some of my favorite ladies having left the business now of fighting, I just want to say I enjoyed every minute that you gave me in the cage and that I get it. And it's still all greatness. I hope that none of these ladies, not Julie Kedzie, not Holly Holm, not Felice Herrig, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and Holly Holm's still fighting, by the way. But she just got into the Boxing Hall of Fame. And I'm like, I want to see her get into the UFC Hall of Fame. When she head kicked Ronda and put her out, nobody except me, because I had money on it, thought that was going to happen. And that's just a cool thing to see. And, I want and hope that all of these other ladies that are coming up are inspired by them. Not just Ronda being inspired by Gina Carano anymore, but by the girl that's inspired by Ronda, then that girl inspiring another one. The stuff that Mask told me when we were doing the Tap Out show of if he doesn't have to be the one to reach 1 million. He just wants to be the one to reach one person that can reach 1 million. And I think that Julie Kedzie and Gina Carano, with that fight that they had, did that. We have a whole huge division of a sport. We have women headlining these events, being champions now. That was not the case at the time. There were no women in the UFC then when those two women fought. They were pioneers, and it led to the Felice Herrigs getting a chance. And, so many just talented fighters coming up. So keep it up, ladies. Love all the hard work. I'm still watching. I'm still a fan. And I want to see more women headlining, not the second headliner. Make it the main show. Give me Thug Rose coming back for her belt. Make it the main event. Maybe not against Carla Esparza again, because that fight was kind of boring. But whoever takes it off of Carla, have her fight that. Put it as a main event. I want to see it. I'll pay money for it. You got my money. That's it, Byron. You got anything else? I had to get in my 2 cents, man.
No, that's awesome. Someone just commented, I can't believe AEW betrayed Jeff Hardy. The dude got his like 23rd DUI. He got arrested on a on the
Fresh
license.
News, do me a favor. Go find the video of him doing the drunk walk. And you tell me that AEW he betrayed himself. He couldn't stand straight and say his name.
He got a DUI when the sun was out.
Bro, DUIs kill people.
Yeah,
that is attempted murder. You can't keep that guy employed. And look, and they didn't even fire him. They just said, Jeff, we'll help you out. We'll get you some rehab, buddy. You can come back whenever you want. We're going to clear a little bit of your money off of our salary cap. We're not going to pay you good money to be a fuck up, but as soon as you're ready, we'll talk. Come back. He's still got a job. He's still a big name. You know?
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Okay, dude.
Okay, so.
Well, he has the 247 supporter. Fresh News 247 wrote, look, this isn't news. AEW know what Jeff is like. He should have a 247 supporter. He has one. It's you, Fresh News 247. He has this 247. Okay, I appreciate that bit for the 247 pun. I get where that.
Dude, you got a website or something? You might as well just drop it. We'll just plug your shit. You trying to get over?
Hold on. There's another one. Are we talking to one of these?
No, I love this.
Don't get me wrong. I don't like what he did, but leave it to the law. Yeah. Hold on. I didn't see the video.
He didn't get, but also he didn't get fired.
Also, hold on, Justin. You watched the video. Was that Tony Khan arresting him?
No, Tony Khan said that he talked to Jeff. They came to terms together that Jeff would go get help.
Suspended.
And then Tony would bring him back.
And you know what?
Agreed, because Jeff knows that Jeff needs help. And now Tony will pay for the help and still give him a job the second he's gotten help, which is the real key. Can we help Jeff Hardy so that he doesn't go out and try to hurt anyone? His employer is actually doing him a favor. They have clauses in their contract about how they present themselves in public. Getting arrested is, in fact, grounds for getting fired, whether you're convicted or not. That is in many, many, many entertainment contract clauses. I have one in my last producer contract clause. If I did something that was against community standards in my regular life, I could have been fired from my job. If I got arrested, I could have been fired from my job. You sign the contract, you live by these things. Your public image is part of what they're selling.
Yeah. And also, like, if you have a regular job, you can still get fired for a DUI.
I think Tony Khan made Jeff look better in the media. So I think he single-handedly saved Jeff's career by saying that Jeff wants to get help and I'm going to help him get help so that he can come back.
Another comment. Imagine if your boss went to the media doing this. Yes, it's great to get him help. Don't make it public. Again, Tony Khan wasn't the police officer who arrested.
Well, he has to make it public because Jeff is booked on a big event this week for them in a big match, and he's got to tell people that bought tickets like, hey, this guy's not coming. So sadly, it is public because Jeff Hardy was sold to the public. So now you have to tell the public that bought that something. You can't just have him no show.
He has to do that. But also, it's just this line of these words. It's Tony Khan didn't do any of this. He didn't get Jeff drunk. He didn't arrest him. He wasn't the one who got him in trouble. He wasn't the one who made public information public. It came out before. Tony put out a statement. So we all knew what AEW was doing at the match, that we all knew wasn't going to happen. But we knew it wasn't going to happen before Tony made a comment. He made a comment in response.
Yeah. We'll see where it goes.
So, Anyway, I mean, and like whatever, you know.
And don't get me
We
wrong,
all want
Tony
the best
Khan is
for
a
him.
bonehead when it comes to certain things. But trust
Yeah.
me, between his football team and his football team, his soccer club basically, and his football team, he has seen how you deal with all sorts of PR nightmares from athletes that do things that they are not supposed to do. And believe you me, I hate to say it, but 40% of them are doing something they shouldn't be doing.
You're just waiting for them to get.
I live in Cleveland now, man. I got Deshaun Watson as my starting quarterback. You want to talk about PR nightmares? We don't even know if the guy's going to play. He's been out diddling every masseuse, the massage.
Oh, that's a story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge story. He might be suspended for 8 games. He might be suspended for 2 years. And Cleveland is like, he's good. We don't care. Let's pay him. Get him up here with it. We got massage therapists up here. Come on up, Deshaun.
Any kind of sexual assault type stuff for the NFL is like a 3-game
These
max.
people don't have concepts of reality. Deshaun Watson has been, and from what everyone says, he's like the sweetheart guy. And basically, he was trying to get diddled at the massage parlor so that he didn't go out to the strip clubs and didn't mess with the hoochies or whatever at the parties. Basically, he was trying to keep his nose clean, but he has no concept of reality. He doesn't know what keep your nose clean means. None of these guys do. Like I feel bad. I think about LeBron James sometimes. Like, at what point in time was a LeBron James or a Michael Jackson or one of these or Kobe Bryant even supposed to have any concept of reality? They were famous as teenagers. There was no point in time when people weren't doing for them and enabling them and telling them they could do this, that, or the other thing. They weren't riding their skateboard to 7-Eleven. They don't know what the fuck normal people know. None of them do. And Jeff Hardy, how long has Jeff Hardy been a millionaire? How long has he been? He ain't got no concept of reality.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy thinks he can do whatever he wants. Man, you can't go to the bar at 10 a.m. or whatever the fuck o'clock it was. You can't put down a 5th of Jack Daniels and get in your car and then talk to the popo like you ain't did shit. Bro, you going to jail. And they were like, man, that's a big man. Give me another pair of cuffs. Yeah, dude is hoss. Dude is on TV every week. He's famous. He's got girls throwing themselves at him. Like, Jeff Hardy ain't no saint. And anybody who's looking to a wrestler to be their idol or their savior, come on, man. I remember being 6 years old thinking I was supposed to eat my vitamins and say my prayers. That motherfucker's a douchebag.
Oh, yeah. Hulk Hogan really did not turn out well for you.
No. And in my mind,
Sorry.
that dude was Superman. He was Kal-El. He was all about the right stuff.
Yeah.
Not calling me an N-word down the street. Fuck all of them.
I was talking about Bash at the Beach. What's that stuff you're talking about?
Oh, God. That's bad, too. They're all bad. But it's fine.
We're all just human beings.
Stop expecting performers.
MJF
to be
is a nice guy,
idols.
by the way, and he has a cat.
I'll tell you who the people are that are nice. We know them. They're cool people. They're good. There's good people out there.
Yeah.
And even some of them do dumb shit from time to time, just like I do. I've done dumb shit. I don't know about you, Byron. But.
What between you and me, what dumb shit have you done? Between you and me. I'm not going to say anything on my behalf.
I'm trying to think of what bad stuff that I've done could I say that won't get me still arrested? Like, I'm trying to think of statutes of limitations right now.
What state did it happen in?
I mean, I've done bad stuff, though. I've done bad stuff. Yeah. I've gotten in a couple street fights that I started.
Yeah.
You know, I've cold cocked a few people. I've done some mean things from time to time.
You're a bad guy.
Broke a dude's kneecap at the movie theater once. That was not nice. He started it.
Well,
kind of.
Then
kind
of. He was there.
You know, whatever. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Hopefully, Thunder Rosa
hit all the topics.
Hopefully, Thunder Rosa's hitting the rewind to hear what we said before because it went on for a while. Mel, I broke down the whole match.
Yeah.
From what I saw, from what I could see.
I'm gonna go watch that match. You know,
y'all had a lot to talk about.
You know what we should do? We should redo that segment where you watch. We don't play the video, so it doesn't YouTube us, but you watch the match,
And
you're
do it
like,
again.
okay.
I already went through the whole breakdown. Good God.
And you break it down as you watch, so we at home can like the
well,
Bill
but I have to
Burr.
freeze frame it
Like
a lot.
the Bill Burr. No, you just play and talk through the whole thing, so we could start at the same time as you, and then follow it with you at the same time, like commentary.
Yeah. Well,
can we do that?
No. So until next time, is this when I do the thing?
Yeah, but then unmute yourself.
Why? So
right?
until next time,
no.
stay calm and stay in the mix. Click.